Social media, I think at this point we all know, is it has been and still is today the #1 platform for lead generation, sales, team building, duplication. Like, 5, 6, 7 years ago when we started using it aggressively, it was like taboo, like everybody was talking smack about it. They're like, oh, that doesn't duplicate, teaching people how to do videos, and people shouldn't focus on branding themselves and all this stuff. If you follow me, you know we've been teaching this for years and years and years and years, but people do business with people they know, they like, they trust. So you need to build up your social equity. You need to build up your credibility. It's not going to happen overnight, but my God, is it worth it? Now, with that being said, do you need to have 1 million followers to make $1 million? Do you need to have 10,000 followers to make $10,000 a month? Absolutely not. 100% no, you don't. Going viral on social media is really kind of a new thing. Ever since TikTok was introduced, and then of course Reels, all of us, I think at this point, are using either TikTok or Reels. If you're not, why? Do you hate money? Do you hate leads? Do you have too many people joining your team and you can't handle it? That probably means you need a system because your team is you dependent versus system dependent. So tip number 1, if you want to get attention, because attention equals dollars. Eyeballs, attention equals dollars. Write that down. So number 1, you don't want to be boring. Now, some of you are going to go, oh, I'm out, I'm boring. Listen, even if you think you're boring, first of all, as you know, I always teach, life and death is in the tongue. So be careful what you speak about, because what you speak about, you bring about, right? What you speak about, you bring about. But most of us, even if you think you're boring, you're not really boring. It's just that you're holding yourself back. I'm giving you permission to put yourself out there, to stop worrying about what your brother-in-law thinks, what your coworker thinks, what mommy and daddy think of you, what your kids think of you, what your spouse thinks of you. Listen, they don't have the same dreams you do. They don't have the same goals you do. And listen, some of the most unsupportive people, they'll come around later on. They'll come around when you start making the big bucks. When you start rank advancing and winning and growing a business and you step into your greatness and you start showing up unapologetically you will start to see results. But with that being said, like I mentioned, you don't need to go viral. Like, so many people are like, oh, I'm struggling with Reels. I'm struggling with TikTok. I'm not going viral. You don't need to go viral. Does it help? Yes. But I also think sometimes it spoils us. And here's what I mean by that. Back in the day, and when I say back in the day, I mean like 2 years ago, there was no going viral on Facebook. There was no going viral on Instagram. Like, it was really tough to have a post pop off. It was really tough to go viral on YouTube. It is a lot easier for the average person to go viral now, which I think is super cool. I think it's the coolest thing. Don't get me wrong. I think it's super powerful that someone can go viral on social media, build up 10,000 followers in the blink of an eye. Like, literally, I can't keep up with my inbox. I have never had so many people. As soon as we get through 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 leads, people requesting information, there's another 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 leads coming in. By the way, that's not going to last forever, right? That's not going to last forever. And I don't say that in a negative way, but if you look at TikTok, TikTok is way harder to go viral than it was just 6 months ago, 12 months ago. Definitely 18 months ago. So with that being said, you can't rely on going viral forever. You can't rely on thousands of people requesting information or even hundreds of people. Like, back in the day, if you got like 3 people to say, what is it? I'm interested. You're like, woohoo, I got 3 leads. So can you build a profitable business without going viral? The answer is abso-freaking-lutely. How could all of us have made so much money prior to social media or prior to going viral on TikTok or Reels? So don't get caught up in that nonsense. 30 views might not seem like a lot, but if 30 people walked in that door right now, I'd be totally overwhelmed. So first of all, let's start with gratitude. All right, so I already gave you permission to put yourself out there. I already said you got to step it up, mess it up, right? You don't want to be boring, but you also can't expect perfection. Don't expect perfection. Perfection is boring, actually. You got to have fun with it. In fact, you just have to start showing up, putting yourself out there. Maybe your videos do go viral, but even if they never do, you can connect with your likes. You can connect with your new followers. You go, John, I only got 10 new followers this week. Great, that's 10 new leads. Now, your job is to turn that lead into a prospect. But let's have some gratitude. If anybody's watching you, like, it was kind of like back in the day when we did home meetings. So back in the day, we would do these home meetings and we would teach the people not to talk about the people that didn't show up. Nadia, do you remember this? So back in the day, we would tell people, like, listen, if you had 25 people confirmed for your meeting and 3 showed up, please don't mention the other 22 that aren't there yet. But people, of course, would do this all the time. They're like, thank God, Steven, Susan, and Kyle showed up. No one else did. So what do you think the 3 of them are thinking? They're like, you mean I could have backed out of this? I knew I shouldn't have came. They're thinking, why didn't the other 22 show up? Why didn't everybody else show up? They're thinking, dude, I got to get out of here. So look, with the limited views, or maybe you have a small following, back in the day, again, you would make a list of 100 people, or at least that was what you encourage people to do. You'd say, make a list of 100 people. That's a good foundation to start with. You'd say, hey, if you signed up 20 out of 100, would you be excited? People are like, absolutely. If I got 20 out of 100, we're like, okay, great. That means you got to go get 80 no's. If you want to sign up 20 out of 100, you need to go get 80 no's. So be excited every time you get a no. Every time you get someone that says not interested, because it doesn't mean they're not interested forever. It just means I'm not interested yet. It means go prove it. Go prove that it works. It means I don't trust you yet. But the point is, every single follower, every single friend request, every new friend, every conversation, you're depositing into your social equity. And by the way, some people you'll have a lot of social equity with. Some you'll have very, very little because they're a new friend, a new follower. I was given this example just recently of several new distributors, social marketers that I partnered up with inside my network marketing company. And a lot of them came to me, right? They had reached out to me. They'd sent me a friend request. They started following me. Somehow, some way we connected. Because I create content. I've been doing it for years. If you say, well, John, I don't have a following as big as you. I don't have the credibility you have. Well, I've been at this for 20 years. So let's see where you're at in 20 years. But don't get comparitis, right? Don't compare yourself to me or other people that are way, way ahead of you. Instead of getting frustrated, get fascinated and say, how did they do it? How are they getting so much engagement? How are they building such a following? But with that being said, a lot of people, they just need to see you for a couple weeks. They need to watch you for a couple months. And they're going to decide if you're their cup of tea. And by the way, you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. In fact, as Nadia would say, I don't want to be someone's cup of tea. I'd rather be someone's shot of vodka, right? Now, Nadia doesn't even drink vodka, but she's Russian, so you get it. The point is, you're not going to resonate with everybody, but it's a matter of numbers. You don't want to treat people like a number, but it is a numbers game. So whether you have 1,000 followers, 10,000 followers, 100,000 followers, look, I know people that have 1 million plus followers and I make way more money than them. So the amount of followers means nothing. It's about engagement. It's about relationship building. I'd rather have 1,000 legit followers that watch everything I do, that, tune into what I'm doing, that truly love the content we create, that they pay attention to us, maybe not on a daily basis, but they see our stuff, on a weekly basis. I'd rather have 1,000 followers like that than 100,000 followers that I bought those likes or followers, or they followed me from one viral video, but then they never bought anything. They never joined me. They never, right? They have no idea who I am and they have, very little interest. So I say all that to say this: get good at connecting on the back end. Just because someone has a big following or their videos go viral, that doesn't mean they can outproduce you, because they might not be doing the back end work. And that's where the real money is made. It's those one-on-one conversations in the DM, in Messenger. It's, swiping up in your stories. Someone will say, oh, my story views are way down. I went from 300 views to, 68 views this week. Whatever, right? And I'm like, okay, are you connecting with those 68 people? Who are those 68 people? And by the way, keep in mind that if the only people liking your content, the only people engaging with your content are people already in your company, that's cool, but you're kind of doing it wrong. I don't want to say you're doing it wrong, because I know some of us, we like to get our posts boosted. Look, I like to get my posts boosted. I like my own teammates and the people that I work with, my partners. I love when they engage in my stuff. So I'm not saying that's wrong per se, but I can't generate a lot of leads and I can't generate revenue or profits from people that are already consumers. They're already in my business. Now, I don't believe in let me sign up just new people. Let me just focus on new people. It's all about new people, because what's the point of getting new people if you're not supporting the existing people? The person that was brand new last week still needs your help. So I'm not excited when someone buys my product. I'm excited when they get the results they bought the product for. I'm excited when someone reorders the product. I'm excited when a business partner gets their first customer, their fifth customer. They rank advance. They get a check with a comma. That's when I'm excited, when they start winning. Remember what network marketing really is? It's relationship marketing. Just understand that you're planting seeds. You're building up your foundation. You're building up your skills. Here's what's crazy. Even though I wish I would have become a millionaire earlier, right? Who doesn't? Who's like, oh, I'm so glad it took years to succeed. No, everybody wants it to happen faster. And by the way, once you get here, you're immediately looking there. That's just human behavior, right? It's just like who we are, right? It's like you make 1 million, you want to make 10. You make 10, you make 20, whatever. Point is, there's always another level, but be grateful for the followers you have, for the income you have, for the skills you're developing, the leadership qualities you've created for yourself, right? I didn't have these leadership qualities when I got started 20 years ago. In fact, I wouldn't have been able to handle a team of this size. I wasn't ready. Now, of course, I thought I was ready. Everybody thinks they're ready before they're ready. But some of you don't realize you're not ready for a viral video. You're not ready to have a big following. You're not ready to rank advance. There's lessons that are learned in those like struggle days, right? When you're riding the struggle bus, there's lessons learned. There's skills developed. Thicker skin is developed through the struggle. So embrace the suck. Embrace the fact that, look, some people go, my videos don't go viral. I'm consistent. My posts don't get good engagement. Maybe because what you're posting sucks. It is possible that you're just really boring. By the way, again, can you still make money even if you suck? Yes. Can you still make money if you're boring? Absolutely. But why not look to get better? Why not look to improve? Like, I'll be honest. I've never needed to lose weight, right? I've never had a weight issue per se, but there's always another level, right? I want to be stronger. I want my heart to be healthier. That's why I work out. I like seeing some of the veins come out in different places. Does that make sense? Right? There's always another level in your health. There's always another level in your business. As good as we're doing, there are people doing way better than us. There's always someone doing better. And even if someone's doing better financially, they might not be doing as well as you in your relationships. So we're all really fortunate, number one, to just be a human. We could have been a tree, a squirrel. We could have been Toby over here, passed out on the floor. Toby, is he living the dream? I don't know. The fact that you're a human and the fact that you're alive in 2022 and not, by the way, 1922, thank God I did not live during those times. Not that I would have known any better, but dude, it's like just to take a hot shower was like a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Just to have clean water to drink or, 3 meals a day or even a meal a day. It was like a blessing. It was unheard of. Anyway, with that being said, be grateful for the following you have. Be grateful for the people that do engage, for the people that do watch your stories. And yes, I would connect with and reach out to every single human. Every new follower, I send them a message. Now, let me be clear. It's not always me. In fact, quite often, it's my virtual assistant team. I don't know what I would do without Desi, Kyle, Bem, and some of our other contractors and what have you. Jorge. So we're repurposing our content. We're outsourcing a lot of the heavy lifting. I have my team sorting through. We're not just messaging everybody or responding to every message or every comment. We're cherry picking. So at some point down the road, this could be a year from now, 5 years from now, as you get better, don't be bitter. Don't be bitter. Get better. But with that being said, as you get better, as you improve, you can, you should already hire a virtual assistant because you can literally hire someone in the Philippines for a few dollars an hour. I'm not kidding. And they are amazing. In fact, Bem, who I don't know if Bem's on here, but Bem actually has a friend of hers and her company, she has an agency where her agency helps entrepreneurs hire a VA. She has a bunch of VAs that work for her agency and she connects VAs with entrepreneurs. So if you ever wanted that type of connection, introduction, get with Bem. I don't really have a link or anything, so sorry. But does this make some sense? You could start to outsource and delegate a lot of the heavy lifting so that you're not the one responding to every comment. You're not having to respond to every message, but let's be very clear. A lot of you are probably not there yet. A lot of you are like, hey, I only got like 5 comments this week. So the thing that people don't always realize, see, the downside of going viral and having a big following, I don't have the time to get on the phone with every person. I don't have the time to get to know every person. I try to do my best. I really, really do. But the bigger your following, the bigger your business, the less likely it is for you to be able to do that. Reels and TikTok, it's not going to be this hot forever. Reels has already, or excuse me, TikTok has already slowed down big time. Can you still generate leads and build a following? Absolutely. But it's harder already on TikTok than it was a year ago. Facebook Reels, same thing. Now, the thing that I love about Facebook Reels, and this is why I keep promoting it, is that it's so easy, right? Someone sends you a message on Facebook Reels. You can immediately send a friend request. You can immediately connect with them and ATM them. It is the best. It is the best, the best, the best. Facebook Messenger smokes every other communication platform. Like Instagram DM is pretty good too. But again, if I want to ATM, if I want to set up a group chat, like even little things like I have like some preset messages that I use in my boards app that are too long for Instagram, that I definitely can't post on TikTok, but I can do it in Facebook Messenger. I can immediately send a friend request if they're sharp. If they have an entrepreneurial spirit, I am either sending or accepting a friend request because I'm sorting, right? I'm cherry picking those really quality people. And even if I didn't have viral content, like this is what I've been doing for years and years and years and years, looking to identify quality people that I'd want to build a relationship with, that are sharp people, positive people. I keep teaching you guys, we're looking for people with whip, work ethic, hunger, integrity, and personal freaking power. Now you might say, well, John, I don't even have personal power. Great. Isn't it amazing that you can enroll someone that does have personal power, that does have influence? You can enroll somebody that knows more people than you, that lives in a different city, state, or country than you, that has more time than you. This is where people just don't get network marketing. They really don't, because they're like, I don't have that much time. I'm like, okay, that's because you're the only one making you money. That is why you don't have a lot of time. Because if you don't work, you don't get paid. In this profession, the guy that is above me, he's a super good guy, but he does like nothing. He does nothing. Now, he doesn't make nearly as much as I do. He makes a fraction of what I do because he doesn't meet the other requirements, but he gets a pretty nice check off me every month. That is his check forever. Think about how sick that is, that you could introduce someone that builds a massive business. They go out there, like maybe they have a Facebook group. I want you to start looking for people like this. Check this out. Imagine if someone has a Facebook group. It's like a keto group or something. And that group has like 200,000 people. And you connected with that admin. You got to know them. They liked you. They trusted you. You became actual friends, not just Facebook friends, but like real life friends. And then you enroll them in your business and they go out and sell $100,000 in product every month. And they're on your freaking team. How many of us would be like, go team, go? They outsell you. They out earn you. They have more influence than you. They're better at social media than you. They're better at making money than you, but they're on your team. You introduce them and you get a piece of their success. I don't know about you, but that gets me excited. I don't want to hear this whole like, oh, I haven't gone viral or I'm struggling. No, if you have any followers, any friends, any views, you're doing better than somebody that isn't even on social media. You're doing better than someone that wasn't on social media like I wasn't 14 years ago, right? We had to call them and talk to them on our telephone to invite them to a meeting. And then listen, some of you don't like negative comments on your reels or on your posts. Imagine getting negative comments face to face. Someone is in your meeting and they look at you and they go, does it cost money to join? Like, well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't cost you anything to look at it, but like if you want to get started, it does make sense to get the $50 starter kit and then buy some products. Like I bought $2,000 worth of these products. And then the people are like looking at you like, this is a scam. This is a scam. And they're right there. You can't hang up on them. They're right there at the meeting. You can't block them. So I don't want to hear it like, oh, there's some mean people on social media. My cousin sent me a rude comment. Your cousin's trying to slow you down. Your coworker's trying to stop you from succeeding because then what's their excuse for being a loser? What's their excuse for having a teeny tiny bank account? What's their excuse for living a life of mediocrity? If you go out and win, you go out and show them what's possible, you go out there and change your life, what's their excuse? This is why some people are just peanut butter and jealous. They're afraid you're going to go become super successful. I know this to be true because some of my friends are no longer friends with me anymore. They don't like talking to me. And it sucks because I still would like to talk to them. But it's just like, it's hard to hang out with people that are like struggling financially. And then they know that like we're doing really well and they could easily do what we're doing. They have too much pride. They have too much of an ego to do it. So it is what it is. I got to go find new people. When someone says my warm market sucks, welcome to the club. And listen, if you don't like prospecting, write this down. Focus on making friends. Instead of prospecting, focus on making some friends and ask them the questions that you want them to ask you. Make some freaking friends. And remember, you're playing the long game. Do you know how many people that started following me, that we became friends, we had a business conversation? Because again, I want to connect with people. My job is to be a professional conversation starter. That is what you do for a living. You're a professional conversation starter. I recruited more people this month than probably 99.9% of the people in my network marketing company. And I've been doing this for 20 years. I don't need to recruit anybody at this point. And I recruit everybody because I start more conversations. I keep the main thing. I'm very intentional. Like, dude, I'm literally on both phones all day long. And it's not even stressful. It's so effortless for me because I've been doing this for so long. You'll get there. Trust me, you will get there. But I always want to connect with awesome people. And if I connect with someone awesome, I'll say, listen, we should hop on a call and connect. Like I am all about connection, conversation, building that relationship. And if they're sharp, if they got potential, if they got a following, come on now, let's go. Like, why would I not spend 15, 20, 30 minutes getting on the phone with that person? And God only knows what will happen. And then people are so funny. Like, what do you say to them? Like, so what do you do? Like, oh, that's awesome. You're from where? Oh, cool. Like, I'm a human. I'm just going to connect with them in a very human, normal way. Like, don't overthink being human. Like, just ask questions. Find out, be curious. Find out what they do. What are their hot buttons? What's their personality? Are they a red, a green, a yellow? Like, you know what I'm saying? They like to have fun. Like, what's the deal? Find out about these people. And by the way, if you can tell that this person's weird or they're like, you're not feeling the connection or conversation, get off the phone. All right. And by the way, I know some of you go, oh, you do phone calls? I only offer to do phone calls with business prospects that I'm personally looking to recruit. Truth be told, 75% of the people I enroll, I do not get on a phone call with because we just do everything through Messenger. I'm just giving you some ideas to connect with better people and increase your close ratio and think past just like social selling and prospecting. Like dude, I'm telling you, if you build relationships and people like you, they will do business with you. It is friggin' inevitable, especially when they see you showing up and posting content. At some point, they're just going to go, what are you doing? What is this product? How can I buy it? Or they're going to refer you to people. Or maybe they do nothing and you just have a new friend. Either way, this is the fun. This is the game. This is the game that we're in. You got to play that long game. Show up more often. Be more consistent. And by the way, you can't just be consistent. You have to consistently get better. You have no excuse. Your excuses are holding you back from the potential, the unlimited potential that you have inside of you. You have so much to offer. You have value.